Buongiorno, sono Jacopo Luzzi e sono in compagnia di Parwez Zabihi, General Manager della Zabihi Consulting, che lavora in partnership con la Ranj Group. Good morning, and Mr. Zabihi, could you tell us how is the relationship between international companies and Kurdish companies here?
KRG has gone through major redevelopment since 2006. There are over 20 different nationalities currently active and registered in Kurdistan. The leading companies that currently are here are Germans, British, French, but before them, the Turks and the Lebanese and the Jordanians were pretty much here over the past 10, 12 years. We're right now focusing on some of the newer members of European community, including the Italian firms that are now present, increasingly present in Kurdistan. We actively encourage Italians to be based and present in the business activities in Kurdistan.
Your role in this relation with Italians, how are?
We're working closely with a consultancy firm in Venice, and we're also working closely with a law firm in Bologna to actively encourage Italian businesses to come invest and work and take contracts in the KRG region.
And which suggestions can you give to Italian companies?
In sectors, the driving factor for all these exciting activities in KRG is the oil business. So at the moment, we would encourage Italian oil service companies to come on board. The door is open. The consolidation time is happening. Major players like Total, Chevron, ExxonMobil are now officially based here. They will eat up and swallow up all the other smaller Turkish, Norwegian, Spanish companies up over the next 5 years. The consolidation time will require higher quality service companies for the oil companies, oil sectors. And that's where the Italian could play a very important role.
And the rules that Italian companies should have to respect when they coming here, which are?
Like any new emerging market, it's a complex situation. My suggestion as an individual, and from an understanding we have over the past 6-7 years, we actively encourage Italians to create joint venture with the right company. It is important for them to understand that without the joint venture, it may be difficult to secure or find your way around to ensure a good, lucrative contract for the company.
So it's important to pass through law firms or consulting firms and not going directly to Kurdish companies.
That's correct. That's correct. Up to a point, it's correct to say that if you have a Kurdish friend, if you have somebody you know, that's fine, you could do that. But norm for anywhere in the world is that to go through a consulting firm within Italy or within Kurdistan to help you to find a way. It may initially be seen that you are paying a fee for this and may cost you a little bit, but in the long run it will save you a lot of hassle and nonsense that you might have to deal with. We are taking some cases at the moment with the Dutch investors that have made a mistake by partnering with the wrong people with the wrong approach. We are now trying to clear up the mess for them. You mentioned about sectors. Driving sector is oil, but in agriculture, in tourism, in constructions, in interiors, there are extremely important areas that the Italians could take advantage in these sectors.
But high Italian quality, but at which price?
Sure. I mean, we all know the Italian qualities could be purchased at different prices, depending on the brand name, depending on where we buy it, it will be different. The current norm, people are used to cheap Chinese import, cheaper substandard Turkish import or Iranian import. However, the market is maturing. people are starting to become much more well-off, and they're identifying and demanding higher quality. The consumerism is increasing within the society. So it is inevitable that they will be asking for better quality. Furniture, kitchen appliances, kitchen unit itself, textiles, materials, and most importantly, we're talking about CE approved furnitures, i.e. health and safety issues, fire retardant, etc., etc. Those are the sort of things would be very interesting in this market, and is well worth exploring and targeting those in the KRG market.
So in conclusion, high quality at a reasonable price.
Not necessarily too expensive, but not too cheap. We understand that. Bearing in mind, the KRG market is just the beginning. Most of the Kurdish businesses here are supplying to the rest of Iraq.
In the future?
In the future, certainly, Iraq is your ultimate market for this. That it's a much, much bigger market, and it is growing to become much more stable in the long term. But it is a good starting point for the Italian companies to establish themselves within KRG.
Thank you very much, and good luck for your consulting company, for everything. Goodbye.